Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sir Halley Stewart Field Spalding for this Tuesday night game here in Lincolnshire. Spalding United against Kettering Town. And what a game you've got in store for you tonight. Spalding on a tremendous run, second in the league, and looking at their new splendid 3G pitch in front of us, which looks very, very tidy indeed. Just go through the Kettering Town lineup for you. In goal is Jason Alexander, 2 recalled Levi Andau, 4 Captain George Forsyth, 8 Andy Thanodge, 9 Kai Williams, 14 Connor Stanley, 16 Blaine Rose, 17 Ishmael Fataggio, 19 Kai Fifield returning from Quorn, 20 Lewis Boyle, and 21 Preston Bidamo, who scored that tremendous goal on his debut at Quorn. And that's your Kettering Town 11. Your subs are 3 Shane Finn, 7 Wes York, 11 Ryan Munger, 15 Eddie Oppong, and 23 Callum Powell. The Spalding side, we've got a new goalkeeper, Daniel Wilkes. He comes from Bedford Town. And in the side is Ben Hart and Lewis White, all ex-Kettering, of course. No Connor Johnston, who's injured. And, of course, Clifton, who could play for either side, really. Isn't selected by either side, terms, I suppose, of his loan move to Kettering. No Will Glennon in the side. He is ill. If you are listening, Will, hope you recover soon and get back into the squad. That was a late announcement there. So Kettering missing Glennon, of course, to illness. Referee tonight is Matthew Friend. And if you haven't been aware of what's been happening at Kettering recently, Romari Ford, after 3 sub-appearances, has joined St Ives Town. As I said, Kai Fifield is back from Quorn, his 3-month loan. Spalding lost their first league game at home recently against St Ives Town. And their average attendance is 481. Quite incredible. Harbour's average is 583. Real Bedford 474. And Quorn 386. The last time that these two sides met, of course, was at Latimer Park. Kettering raced into a 2-0 lead, but a superb 8-minute hat-trick from Bart Cybulski changed the afternoon. Roberts ran a merry hell through Kettering's team, Jack Roberts, and they ran out 4-2 winners. The Poppies are 12 points behind at the same stage as they were last season. Spalding are the only club in the division to have scored in every league game, 38 goals in total. And Roberts and Salbulski have scored 20 of those, 10 apiece. Of the 22 league goals the Poppies have scored, it's even, 11 at home and 11 away. Tonight is our 8th away game. We've already played 8 at home. And it's going to be a very interesting night indeed. I'd say we are the underdogs in this game. It's a very strong Spalding United side. Of course, they are chasing Harbour Town, who are the early pace setters in this division. But all that can change, of course, as we found out last season where we raced away with it and failed at the final hurdle. So alongside me is head of media and Globetrotter, I believe, in the next few days. Doug Brown, welcome.
Welcome, Paul. Welcome, everybody here. Yeah, fantastic off to Poland, but I'll miss a couple of games, but I'll leave you in the good hands of our lead commentator, bon viveur, and head tea taster, Paul Cook, who was with me here in the lofty heights, I suppose, of the ground here, and they're just overlooking a magnificent 3G pitch they've just had laid for about £1 million. It looks amazing. Let's see if it plays up well.
Yeah, Tulips are managed by Jimmy Dean. They play, as I say, at the Sir Halley Stewart Field. The nickname is the Tulips. They're in second place, 31 points from 16 games. They lost the last league game here against St Ives. They drew the one before that, Quorn 1-1. They drew on Saturday 2-2 against Hales Owen. They played 16. They won 9, drawn 4, lost 3, scored 38 against 22, 31 points. Beside those 2 losses against St Ives and Banbury that's happened not too recently, well, recently, their only other defeat was on the opening day of the season to Real Bedford. Form in the last 5 games, Kettering 7 points from 5 games. Spalding, 8 points from the 5 games as well. So all in all, it should be a very entertaining night of football indeed. Kettering not bringing anybody in since the Quorn game. It is as you were. As I said before, Clifton can't play. Glennon is ill. Both would have started if it had been anywhere else, I would have thought. Just seen Connor Johnson walking up the stairs. Of course, he's the last Kettering player to score an own goal for the Poppies. That, of course, came against Northampton Town in that superb FA Cup win at Sixfields. Lights are on here, nice and bright. They've done quite a few improvements since last season we came. And, of course, with the budget they have and the enterprise of what's going on at Spalding, it will keep developing. The only thing that is lacking, of course, is attendance-wise. They're only averaging 481. And really, if you're going to go in the national leagues, you need to be higher than that. Although Rush All Olympic and Peterborough Sports, of course, are the two sides that compel that argument with very small attendances indeed. We're waiting for the teams to enter the pitch, getting ready out there. Referee, as I say, is Matthew Friend. Let's hope he's quite amicable tonight with us. And the assistants are Richard Dubar and Ellis Mills. So quite a long time since that game at Quorn, which was a fantastic 2-0 win with no game on the Saturday. So gives Liam McDonald chance to work with the side and put them through their paces. And for me, though, we're still lacking a striker. And I think that that's going to be a talking point.
Yeah, definitely, Paul. I mean, we've seen some great approach play. I mean, we had a great game at Quorn. They played very well. Excellent approach play, but just Kai Williams is up front, is doing his best. He's had at least 2 or 3 really good gilt-edged chances in both the games that he's played. But you're right, Paul. We do need somebody to put it in the net.
Teams are coming out to the applause of the crowd. Spalding playing in all blue with yellow flashes, and the Poppies playing in their blue and white, sky blue and white hoops, and are lining up in front of us as they go through the process of shaking hands. We're almost underway this game. Just going to get our clock sorted out, so we've got some idea of what the time is, as there's no scoreboard here. It's nice saying that, no scoreboard, isn't it? So you're listening to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Thank you to Marcus and Elgood's for their continued support of Poppies Media. And we hope this is coming through to you loud and clear, wherever you may be. Let us know on the chat page if you want to. If you want to drop us a line, I'm sure we'll be able to read out some of the posts that we can read out, of course. And if you are anywhere around the world, drop us a note. Teams warming up, though.
Indeed, it's good to see Fifield back. We're talking about the striker issue that we've got. As the referee just blows the captains to come into the middle of the field. But yeah, Fifield's back. He's back on the pitch. He's been fairly prolific for Quorn, isn't it? 3 out of 4, yeah, 3 out of the 4 games that he played, or 5 games, I suppose it was, for the last one. So yeah, hopefully he'll be able to replicate his form for Quorn back for his home side at Kettering here. But it's going to be a tough game, Paul, I think, today.
It is. Bart Zawelski, of course, a very, very good striker indeed. And we know through the game at Latimer Park how prolific he is in front of in that 6-yard box. And with the service he's going to get from Cisse and Roberts, the Kettering defence, minus Glennon, of course, are going to be put under almighty pressure, I think, tonight. And but of course, they played really well against Quorn defensively. And since Liam McDonald has been in charge, the fortunes defensively have changed quite dramatically. This is going to be a tester, and it's the Poppies to kick off, going from right to left. Both the ends now are covered. There's just the opposite us is open to the elements. So it's Taggio over the ball. He scored the first goal against Quorn and would like to do one here. Last time we were here, it was 1-1. Johnson scored for Kettering, and Cybulski got a penalty late on. And that was a tough game as well. We are off, and the ball goes straight back to Alexander in all purple. He comes out to the edge of the area and sends it wide towards Fifield. It goes over him and out for the first throw-in of the evening. Very bright light, which is good. Good for our cameraman who's out there somewhere, I think. Yep, ball back in play. Cybulski loses that ball. It's a Kettering throw-in. And it's Coyle on loan from Bedford with it. Gets the ball to Stanley. Back to Coyle. Feeds it into Vitaggio. It goes over him, though. He loses it. Ricochet comes through to Fifield. Fifield goes by one, by another, down by the bar line, puts the ball over. Nobody there, though. It crosses, flashes over. It's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side, but early intent there from the Poppies. Fifield, of course, completed 28 days of his loan period at Quorn. He did play last Saturday. It was a gift from Kettering to Quorn, but he's back in the side. And we'll be back to match fitness, which is why he went to Quorn in the first place. Throw been taken on that far side. It's headed on, but cleared by Forsyth. It's pumped forward. It goes over everybody. It's nodded back to debutant Wilkes. And he's in a green number. Picks the ball up. Just placing the ball out of the penalty area. Closed down by Williams. He sends it long. Going for Cybulski. He can't win the head on, but it is with the number 6 there, Lawler, but he loses the ball. Back to Lewis White. It's Kettering, of course. He found Roberts on that far side. White gets the ball eventually back. He does. And he places the ball back to Wilkes, who's just trotted down from Bedford to Lincolnshire. And Cybulski is away on this left-hand side. He's got Bittermo in front of him. It's back to Lawler, to Roberts. Back to number 5, Lewis White. And Hart hasn't touched the ball yet. Ex-Kettering got some different haircut to when he was at Kettering, longer locks. But Spalding coming away. Ball, Bulski gets a head on. Cleared by Rowe. But 3 Spalding players converge on the ball, and a good win there by Moore, the captain who was sent off on Saturday. Straight red. I didn't think he'd be playing tonight, but he is. Headed on by Forsyth. Over to Stanley. He finds Bittermo. He puts the ball through to chase here for Vitaggio and White. White will get there, gets the ball back to the keeper. He piles the ball out, and we're into the 3rd minute, 0-0 here at the Halley Stewart Field.
Yeah. Ball just goes out on the far side there, but a bright start from Poppies. Some good movement from Fifield down the left. He's up against ex-Poppy Ben Hart. But there's a throw in on the halfway line. Long throw from Rowe all the way down. Cut out by White again for another throw in on the far side. It's going to be the battle of the long throws. I know Spalding have got their own armory on that side as well. Ball's come in. Could have been a foul throw there, but it's not. Back to Rowe. Plays it inside to Fanoj. Fanoj plays it forward. And Furtado's got the ball. He's on the edge of the area. Can he get a shot left foot in on that straight at Wilkes in the goal? But lovely move. Lovely cut inside for Furtado there. And Wilkes picks it up just over top of his head.
Yeah, good intent there from the Kettering player. Carrying where he left against Quorn. Shooting on sight. A good strike. Well caught by Wilkes. Ball back to Kettering's half. Cybulski having a battle here with Andow. Andow goes down. That will be a foul, which it is. Just by the corner flag. Leaves it for Alexander in all purple this evening. And
I mean, he's been great for us, hasn't he, Paul? In the last couple of games, some of his saves have been amazing.
Indeed, playing ever so well is Alexander. Let's hope we haven't put the mockers on him by saying that tonight. But Forsyth gets the ball on the far side to Andow. Ball back to Forsyth. Spreads it out wide to Coyle. Sends it long to Vitaggio. Fifield can't get this. Intercepted, cleared by Spalding. And intercepted there by Coyle. Coyle coming forward. Halfway in the Spalding half. It's out one. It goes out of play almost. It does now. It's a throw in to Spalding. And we're into the 5th minute of this game. We'll try and bring you some scores a little later. But big one Harbour against Quorn, I think, tonight. So keep our eyes looking out for that one. Throw into Spalding, and it's Ben Hart with his first touch of the game. Hart delivers the ball now, pushing the back on core, nothing given, and Bittermo gets it towards Williams. He can't win that. Hart up and under, sends it long. Out comes Alexander. He's going to have to do something here. He does. He gets the foot on it. He's waiting for it to bounce. It didn't happen. It's with Fataggio, though. Fataggio tries to play it to Firefoot. It goes behind him. Goes out for a throw-in. Hart cleared by Spalding. Silbuski finds Sani. He loses the ball, though, to Forsyth. Licked in. Good work there by Fataggio, but well won by Bendel. Back to Hart. Hart finds Roberts, who was sensational in that game at Latimer Park. Ran Kettering ragged for around a quarter of an hour or so that caused those 3 goals. It's a throw-in by Hart. We know he's got a long throw in him as well if he wants to use it. But nothing happening. Where's the ball? It's a free kick, in fact, not a throw-in.
It is a free kick.
It can be taken by Moore. Goes to Silbuski. He leaves it. The chance here early doors, and well won by Forsyth. Quick thinking. It almost bounced in that 6-yard box, but Kettering cleared it on the far side with Holopade doing well down that left-hand side, puts it in low, and Kettering haven't cleared it. Still haven't cleared it. Shot comes in, and there's Alexander at his near post. Quite calm, but Kettering get the ball away twice there and almost paid the penalty.
Indeed, so some lovely wing-back play there from Olapan there, but an earlier great interception from George Forsyth just to snuff out the attack from Roberts. Ball still in play. Just Hart's left it. Comes out to Roberts. Roberts comes inside. Plays it to Alfie Bendels. Pushing it out again to see if they can get out to the far side. Comes back to Bendel just inside their own half. Back out to the line and cut out well by Fifield. So, yeah, quite even at the moment. Quite a good start after, well, we're in the 8th minute now. Yeah, what's up on there? Yeah, and oops, ball's going down the side there, and that's from another throw to Spalding.
Yes, down in the Kettering half, down with the corner flag on this right-hand side, and there's going to be a long throw. It's going to be Lawler to take the throw, and Hart normally takes a few long throws, but on this occasion it is Lawler. And some very tall players going forward, no more so than Cybulski, towering above everybody. And you've got Cisse there as well, who scored a few goals recently for the Tulips. Tulips against the Poppies. There's not many games where you have family nickname, Flower nickname comes in, shot goal, 1-0. And easy peasy, lemon squeeze. It came in the back post, and no challenge. Spalding go 1-up. And can't quite see who scored the goal. I think it's Moore.
Yeah.
It's Liam Moore, the captain, and Spalding go 1-0 up in 9 minutes.
It's just a simple corner, really. Just played straight into the middle, just on the penalty spot. Moore came, attacked it well, and headed it straight past a hapless Alexander, who really had no chance. It was almost point blank. But I think the Poppies defence will be bitterly disappointed with that one, Paul.
They will indeed. No challenge, a free header. And it was an easy goal to score. As you said, Alexander stood no chance with it. And Kettering a goal behind early doors here at the Sir Halley Stewart Field. A game that's always going to be difficult. It's now even harder. And the ball is pumped forward towards Lewis. He can't get there. Nor can Williams. It comes away for a goal kick. And this is the problem defensively with Glennon missing. It puts the Kettering players under a little bit more pressure. And coming back into the side, he's playing in the middle along with Forsyth. Coyle and Blaine, the other two in the defensive lineup. Wilkes with the goal kick. He sends it out wide. Cisse puts the ball on here towards Sani. But Kettering have to react quickly. Coyle boosts the ball out of play. Goes over to the small stand opposite. There's a little stand, probably, I don't know, it's very, very small on the other side. But a lot more cover here than last season. And with the average of 481, most are undercover if should it rain. But Williams gets the ball back to Forsyth plays it sensibly to Alexander. He puts it out wide to Bittermo. He plays it back to Alexander, and he puts the ball out on the right-hand side to Forsyth. Forsyth squares it to Bittermo, who's not got a lot on. He sends it long. It's going to be a chase for Fataggio, but there is Lewis White winning the header, but only towards Stanley. He does a pirouette, goes through towards Williams, but the 1-2 doesn't work, and Spalding get the ball away, intercepted by Kettering. They get the ball back, then give the ball away straight away. And Moore, the goal scorer, wearing gloves, sends it long. Coyle gets ahead to it. And Forsyth plays the ball to Thanodge. Referee jumps over the ball. Foul there on Bittermo. Nothing given by the referee. A loose ball goes to the keeper. And that continues Spalding's run of scoring in every league game this season. Only team in the division to do so. And you can always guarantee a goal with Spalding. It's back with Moore in the penalty area. Comes out of the penalty area, coming forward, being chased down by Williams. Moore sends it out wide. It's a good ball, but it goes out of play. Hart not being able to keep up with it. Hart is now wearing an Alice band, of course.
It's just trying to compete with Thanodge, I think, just for that.
Oh, he's losing out every time there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There is no competition there at all.
Well, no. Ball goes to Hart though. It's Fataggio gets it to Firefield, gets a head on, but no Kettering player there. Won by Lawler, Dan Lawler, back with the keeper. Wilkes in the D, so squares the ball out to Lewis White. Back to Lawler, he plays it back to Wilkes, and back to White. Now with a bit of space, White to run. He's plodding along here, plays it out wide. Oh, good movement here by Olapond. It comes through, cut out by Blaine Rowe, and thrown on the far side, adjacent to the penalty area, being taken quickly. But Kettering can't get the ball away. They can. There's a foul there, missed by the referee. Shot might come in, out wide to Roberts. He gets it to Hart. Hart, we know what his crosses are like, gets the ball back to Roberts. He threads it through to Hart. Hart down by the byline, gets the ball over towards that back post. It goes over everybody. Cisse trying to retrieve the ball, which he does. Being forced out, though. Plays the ball back to Olapade. It comes in, headed out by Bittermo, but only towards Lawler. Squares the ball to Hart. Hart a 1-2 with Roberts. Roberts with the ball. Beats one, beats two, does well here. Roberts threads the ball through, but it's a free kick. Yeah. Thought going to get away with it, but he's brought down about 8 yards outside the penalty area in the central position. Chance for Spalding.
Indeed, for those that are interested, I think Scotland has scored. Thank you for Steve Brown for pointing that out on the chat, and quite a goal from what Hammer Young has said. Fortunately or unfortunately, we can't see that, but we are just witnessing Spalding just getting ready for the free kick. So Afi Bendel is over the ball, probably about 15, 20 yards, fairly centrally outside the Kettering 18-yard box. There's 5 or 6 players just massing on the left-hand side. Bit of pushing and shoving. The referees just checking out to make sure that there is no too many tussles over there, but certainly almost looks like a hacker happening over there. But the ball comes in from Bendel. Bendel plays the ball right out to the far side. Good head across. Oh, good punch from Alexander. He needed to do that. Referee's given a foul against. Looks like Connor Stanley was involved in the melee there, and but a great punch from Jason Alexander. He did very well there to be able to get to that. But free kick to Kettering.
He did under pressure. Some lady scores for you. Banbury 1, Bromsgrove 0. Worcester 1, Starbridge 0 in the Worcestershire derby over there. All the rest are 0-0 bar this game, of course. Big game is Quorn against Market Harbour. That's 0-0. But it's going to be Alexander to get us back underway. And he does so, sending it centrally towards Williams. Williams can't win that, had easily beaten by White, but it only goes through to Bittermo, who's fouled in the centre circle in the Spalding half and caught late. Goes down, a free kick. And the low knee from Hereford, who scored that sensational goal against Cornwall. It'd be nice to repeat tonight, but he's on his feet, doesn't need treatment. Yeah, a little bit sore. He's limping around, but he'll run that one off. You know, it's Thanodge on the edge of the centre circle in Spalding's half. Buskus now goes behind the goal, double-decker bus. Thanodge out wide to Bittermo. It's blocked by him, and it will be a Kettering throw-in. Although Sani wasn't very impressed with his block, kicks the ball back into the crowd. It's going to be a Kettering throw-in, taken quickly towards Stanley. He's beaten to it, though. Another Kettering throw-in on that far side. 17 minutes so we're into here. Spalding 1, Kettering Town 0. And ball in play to Stanley. There's a mistake there. Williams can't capitalise on it. Goalkeeper has to come out quickly. He does so, does well. Clears the ball, goes over everybody, and there's Bittermo to mop the ball up, gets it back to Alexander, who's on the edge of the D. Plays it back on that far side to Bittermo, sends it long, but goes out of play for Spalding throwing. Kettering haven't got any height up front, and that's always going to be a problem. Laying high balls into players. Players stopped for a while here, don't know why. It's throwing about to be taken. It is, and now comes in. It goes over Sani, and there's a good tackle there. Looked like a foul to me, but Sani's breaking away. He's got Roberts on the right-hand side. Roberts has got Coyle in front of him, overlapping his heart. Roberts weaves one way, weaves the other. Still can use Hart, which he does. Hart puts the trade ball in there towards that back post. It's headed down, but away goes Stanley. Sends it long here, but Fifield does well under pressure. Falls over, though, and allows Bendel to come away. And then there's Sani going forward. Hart on this byline gets the ball back. Hart, a 1-2. There is Roberts, right-footed, blocked. That'll be a throw-in to the home side. At 19 minutes gone. Not too much atmosphere here, to be honest. Quite quiet, as Thanodge has to do something quick here under pressure. He does get his ball to Coyle. He gets it through to Pataja, who falls down. Not going to get anything from that. Kettering's got a bit scrappy from both sides at the moment. On the far side, though, now. Ball back with Lawler on the halfway line. Comes inside to Bendel. Bendel finds Moore, the goal scorer, to finds Hart. Hugging this right-hand side, sends it along. Well, Sani offside. And that will be a free kick to Kettering. 1-0 to Spalding.
Indeed, as you were saying, Paul, it's quite a flat atmosphere here at the moment. Poppies fans away to our left there did get into a bit of a voice at the first 5 minutes, but the Spalding goal from Moore has sort of quelled their ardour, I suppose, in terms of the a fairly crisp and autumnal evening here in Spalding. Coyle has to check back just inside the Kettering half, looking for some support, has to go all the way back to Forsyth. Forsyth pushed it back again to Alexander. Pass it out to Bittermo, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Bittermo strides forward. He's pushed and harried by Zaborski. Play back inside midfield. Forsyth plays a lovely ball, trying to get Fifield in, but Ben Hart has that with his headband. Plays the ball out. Goes over Coyle. It's picked up by Moore. He's still got the ball underneath us here. He's just turned in his own half. Roberts just trying to retain the ball. We played a lovely ball inside, sprayed the ball right out to the far side. A lovely pass all the way out there to Cisse. Cisse's in the 18-yard box. He's going to go for the byline. He gets the ball across, and oh, that was fizzed across the 6-yard box there. But a fantastic defensive move there by Forsyth to clear that out for a corner.
Well, I thought that was going to be nestled in the top right-hand corner of the net, but it whistled away. A good foot in by Forsyth. Cisse looking dangerous on that byline, gets the ball over, gets to that back post, and Kettering under pressure. Of course, they conceded a goal from something like this before. No one challenged the ball. So again, pressure on the Poppies. And it's a corner on the right-hand side. And a lot of movement in that penalty area. Ball comes in. Headed down by Sobulski. This time he gets a free header, but this time it goes wide of the post. He headed it down, didn't bounce up high enough, and goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. But again, they're under pressure from the set pieces, and that target man is causing a few problems for Liam McDonald's side. Alexander wanted to take the kick, but telling the captured players to get out the penalty area. And Forsyth is the last person to do this. It's a poor kick, though, from Alexander, but it does reach Fifield. It goes out, though, for a goal kick. Sorry, a goal kick, a throw-in. That was a bit of a shock there for Alexander. I don't think he's done wrong in a few games. Throw-in taken. It's back to Hart. Hart taken down by Fataggio. Well won by Sani. It's very close down here. There's a foul on him by Fataggio, and that will be a free kick right in front of the home dugout, taken quickly by Bendel. And Coyle will mop this one up, sends it along. It's a punt over towards Williams. He won't win that. White does, finds Laura in the centre, spreads it on the far side. He finds Cisse. And he's running down there. Still robbed by Stanley. Stanley weaving his way forward, has to do a check back. Gets it back to Andau. Finds Beside, back to Levi Andau. Plays it into Williams, to Vitamo, sorry, to Forsyth. Out wide to Coyle. Coyle. That will be a throw in to Spalding. Coyle dispossessed. Referee telling him to go back and having a word with Nick Green in the Kettering dugout. His heart pinches a few yards. Gets the ball to Cisse. It goes out, and this one was a Kettering throw in. That ball, in fact, came off Sani. And 24 minutes gone here. 1-0 to Spalding. Kettering away at Bromgrove on Saturday. Another away game. And a week tonight, another away game at Stamford. Of course, this game should have been the home game, but it was switched early doors because the Spalding pitch wasn't ready for play. Forsyth squares the ball in his own half over on the far side to Rowe. Rowe sends it long. Fataggio beaten to it, but it comes back towards Williams. He can't win it. Over the head by Lawler, flicked on by Thanodge to Forsyth. He finds Thanodge, back to Forsyth. And Vitamo gets the ball over to Thanodge. Thanodge sends it long towards Coyle, but Hart heads the ball down. A chance here for Coyle. Williams in the middle there, comes in the back post. Nobody there, though. Good cross. And Stanley mops it up at the back and loses the ball. Good movement there from Coyle. Ball came over. Nobody rushing in. That's where we need a striker.
That's exactly it, Paul. Great opportunity down the left-hand side. Again, sort of sprayed across the 6-yard box there, but nobody could pick that up, and it goes out for a Poppies throw right on the far side, probably 6-7 yards from the corner flag. It looks like it's going to be a long one from Rowe. There's 3 or 4 Kettering players in the 6-yard box. Kai Williams is on there. Dan Wilkes, the keeper. Long throw comes in, headed over by Forsyth. Forsyth brings it down, back out to Rowe. Can he get a cross in? He can. Chip down into middle there, headed out well. Only Forsyth. Forsyth cracks that one, but He had plenty of time to do that, but it soars over the bar and away without any issue at all. He had plenty of time. He's frustrated with that one, but just shows you there will be chances here.
There will be chances, but again, a recognised striker would have probably got that on target, and rather similar to the games we've seen with Forsyth gets a chance, especially against the St Ives where he blammed it over. But a good movement though from Kettering. You've got to say that they moved the ball around well. Just a finishing at the moment, not helping their cause. So got 2 balls on the pitch at the moment, waiting for one to be kicked away, which it is. Wilkes with the goal kick eventually on the far side of his 6-yard box. Delivers the ball into the centre of the park. Forsyth underneath it. Trying to find Fifield, who goes down there. And that's a bad one. And Fifield holding his head. And Hart also has gone down. Of course, teammates last season. It's a collision there. On comes the Spalding sports therapist. Michael Hunt hasn't been... yes, he's coming on too. So there'll be a break in place here. It was a collision. And of course, Fifield back from his loan spell. Introduced into the team to start. And welcome to Spalding.
Yes, indeed. Forsyth just getting going to the bench, just getting some instructions there from Liam McDonald. A few players coming over whilst the treatment continues on the pitch. Thank you to Steve Brown, Stephen Oliver, and Callum Wood. Just keep us up to date with what's happening in the internationals. For those that do not want to know, please look away now. Scotland are 1-0 up. A magnificent.
They're playing Desborough.
They're not Desborough, all close. Denmark, but yeah, similar.
That's close.
I think Co is on there. I think there's a Co playing for Denmark. Overhead kick from McTominay there, and Wales are 2-1 up, and everything going well so far there, but not here in Spalding for Kettering Town as they trail 1-0. As the players just waiting in the centre circle there, just to for Ben Hart to get up now. Referee's just making sure that everybody seems to be okay, and
well, Hart hasn't moved too much really. This,
no.
you know, it's the panel's looking over it. Of course, again, the teammates last season. You don't like to see this at any level of the game, really. But they're working on him. Michael Hunter's over there with the Spalding sport therapist. Referee going over. So still hasn't moved. Very awkward fall from both players. Oh, he's moved now.
His head's up.
His head's up.
Just a couple of scores from around the ground. So Banbury 1-0 up against Bromsgrove, who we play next. And then the other scores: Bishop Stortford are away at Leiston. They're 1-0 up. Needham Market are 2-0 up at home against Royston, and Royston's had a player sent off. 1-0 here at Spalding, and Worcester 1-0 up against Stourbridge. So not too many goals on a Tuesday night in the Southern League Premier Central.
Worcester hitting a bit of form. I think that's be the 3rd or 4th game on the trot they would have won if this continues.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Finding their feet in this division.
And climbing the table. If this stays all that it is, they'll be up to 7th, which is some going considering the start that they've had. So we'll see how that goes. Another 3G pitch.
That's a strange one, that one at Worcester, the 3G pitch. It's a rugby 3G pitch, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Not really conducive for good football, but just a bit longer, I think, than the normal pitches.
It is bigger, that's right. Yeah, it is, definitely.
Ben Hart up, and
Ben Hart staggering off now.
He'll be fine, Ben Hart. He's a man of steel.
Yes, he is.
Well, when we get back to the action, it will be a free kick to Kettering, and then Thanos over the ball, halfway into just under halfway in the Spalding, half in the centre of the park. And no rain tonight so far.
No.
It's not even as cool as I said it was going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be at some point. But Thanos then over the ball here, and everybody outside the penalty area for this. There goes the whistle, squares it to Rowe, he plays it back. Rowe gets the return. Back to Thanos, where it's taken from. Bit of movement now. Thanos coming forward. Thanos tries to weave his way through, gets it out wide. It's a good ball on that far side to Stanley. Stanley, can he weave his way through? Beats one, beats two. And that goes for a corner. Good work from Stanley. And a very tricky player to play against is Connor Stanley. He's been in good form since joining Catherine. Hasn't opened his account yet, though, but it is Fifield, though, to take this corner. In it comes, near post, flicked out by White, headed on by Cisse, and then out again by Cisse for a throw-in on that far side. And now going into the 6-yard box, probably Catherine's tallest player, dwarfed by Sobulski. Bartus Maximus.
Well, he's certainly done well with these 10 goals this season, as has Jack Roberts. So they're free scoring, Spalding, at the moment.
Well, they've got one tonight, but the throw-in comes in for Kettering, headed on towards Forsyth. Doesn't reach him. He goes back to Fifield, who loses the ball, and it's back in Kettering's half, and it's well trapped by Bittermo, but he gives the ball away to Hart. He can't control it either. That goes out for a Kettering throw. Cry of desperation from Hart. He knew he'd done wrong. There is Bittermo, plays it out wide, headed in towards Forsyth. He plays a heavy touch, though. And that's a lucky bounce, though, for Spalding. They get away with it. It's bounced towards them. Rowe's going to allow this one to go out of play for a throw, and he does. And into the 33rd minute. This is the Poppies TV order, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. You can taste their beers on the 29th of November, which is our next home game. Probably have a mountain of snow by then.
I think it could well be. Let's hope not. It could well be. Oh, referee, got to call that one. That's a foul. Fachado's had his legs taken away from him then, and it's about 12 yards on the right-hand side of the Spalding 18-yard box.
Referee stopping Thanos from taking it early. He's pacing out the 10 yards. And there's one in the wall for the Spalding. Everybody just on the edge of the penalty area, getting ready for a Thanos free kick. What can he conjure up for the men in light blue and white? There goes the whistle. Comes in here towards nobody and is headed out easily. Flicked out by Sani, but only towards... Well, it was headed over eventually by Anda. Came off the top of his head. The ball came in from Thanoj and hit the top of Anda. That he couldn't get above it to nod it down goalwards. Goes out for a goal kick. And it's still 1-0 to the Tulips.
Is indeed. I think
shouldn't Andau feel at home here? Tulips, Amsterdam, he's born there, wasn't he?
Of course he was, yes indeed. There's a Dutch connection, Dutch connection. No doubt. Maybe he should. He may even get a chance to score here. Hopefully he gets another header like that. But ball's in. Yeah, it's got to be on target. That's a fair point. Ball's cleared out now. Throw into Kettering. The Kettering players just pulled up there. It's a bit of a dead leg on the far side. Not much happening here. It's quite flat atmosphere as well. There's quite a few in, actually. I don't know what the attendance is. Clearly, they're not all Scotland supporters or Wales. Be at home watching that, but good to see them here today anyway. So, ball's played back to Mistibo. Plays the ball up. Williams can't get that. White's underneath that. Vitajo's got the ball, but it's picked out well again. He's gone down. Ben Hart is recovered from his injury. Plays the ball forward, intercepted by Coyle, but and Cebulski puts that straight out for a Kettering throw.
Throw then to Kettering, been taken quickly by Rowe. Coyle sends it along, but that's easily dealt with by Moore. Bounce beats Lawler. Moore pumps the ball forward, and out comes, well, it doesn't come out. He lets the ball arrive to Alexander, then bowls it out to David Bryant style to Forsyth. Gets it to Coyle. Coyle sends it long. Williams has been manhandled, but nothing given there. And sliced out by Wilkes. Has that gone out of play? No, it's still in play. And Forsyth gets ahead on it, but well won by Sani. Loses the ball to Vataggio. And then Andau luckily gets the ball out wide to Rowe. He finds Stanley. Stanley having to play the ball back. And Andau squares it to Forsyth in the centre. Out wide to Coyle. Coyle into Fifield. And it's a bit of pinball there. The ball goes out of place. A Kettering throw in the halfway line just. Back to Bitterman, loses the ball to Sané, and then a bit of a tussle. It is a Spalding ball.
Indeed so, and Ben Hart has a throw just inside the Kettering half. Plays it back. Good pressure from Fifield, but Roberts has got the skill and the feet. Back to Moore and back into a lovely head to Williams. Williams has now got on. He's got Lewis White in front of him. He plays it on, but that's a bit too far for Furtado. He's offside as the ball came over. That was unlucky. Good break there from Kettering. Managed to get the ball off Roberts there, and at least it was a 2 against 3 there on the outside. But Furtado was too fast for his own good there.
It was the ball by Williams that let it down. Really, it was good movement, and if he could have just delayed it to a fraction, but he didn't. And as Doug said, offside is the verdict. Wilkes comes out, takes the free kick, and Vanodge gets the ball in the centre as well. Has to play the ball to Bittermo, who is fouled in the centre, pulled back. Vanodge not taking it from the correct position. He's lost a few yards there. That's rare. Vanodge gets the ball back from Forsyth. Forsyth, captain with a strapped hand, sends it long towards Coyle, but well won by Hart. There's Roberts and Hart, work well between them to get the ball away towards Sani. Sani here fending off Bittermo, but he loses the ball, gets the ball through to Fifield. Fifield now can he see on the far side? He can. Here's a good ball. He can't control it. It was hit too hard, and Stanley couldn't control it. If he could have done, he could have borne it down on goal, but it goes out, unfortunately, for a throw-in if you're the Kettering persuasion. If you're from Spalding, of course, you'll be delighted that it did. Hopefully not too many Spalding fans are listening to our coverage.
Fair point, but there are some spaces, Paul. You can see there with this a bit flat-footed at the back, and with a quick ball, there's some opportunities there. As the ball's played forward, I'll go out again for a throw on the far side. You're not missing anything at the moment. As we enter the 39th minute, there'll be some injury time, obviously, for the injury to Ben Hart earlier in the game. But Spalding have got a throw. They put down, but intercepted by Kettering, but pushed out now. Coyle's got to backpedal. It's pursued by Jack Roberts, but it goes easily back to Alexander, who just traps it. Just looking up, taking his time, plays it out to Bittermo on the far side. No, is that Ando? Sorry, Ando's back out. Vanodge. He's playing around the back four. Forsyth coming forward, sprays it out here to the wing. Early ball into Fifield. Fifield can turn, but he's got 2 players on him. He goes down, but Roberts gets the ball back, picks it out well. Gargantua and Sabolski still on the ball, but well tackled there from Bittermo, and the referee's going to give a foul against the Kettering player there. But bit scrappy, but still pretty combative in the midfield there, Paul.
Well, while it's 1-0, anything can happen. We all see these games, don't we? As Bittermo gets the ball to Fifield, he puts the ball through to Williams. He can't get there. Headed out. It's on the far side. A good chest down there by Cisse, who's on that left-hand side. He falls down, though, and gets up, wins the ball back, does well for the Tulips. Finds Bendel, plays it out wide towards Roberts. Roberts can't win that one. Good work from Coyle, fended him off. Kettering throw-in. 40th minute gone here at Sir Halley Stewart Field. Tulips are 1, Poppies 0. Poppies not wilting yet, but ball is played out to Stanley, and he can't control that, and it goes out off his chest for a throw-in on the far side. So, of course, 1002 witnessed the game at Latimer Park earlier, and this could be the first booking here, I think.
As Dan Lawler there just took the the legs away. I don't know whether the referee's going to have a chat with him or just the booking, but that was pretty cynical.
If he doesn't get booked, no one's going to get booked anybody.
No, he's just took him. He took his legs there, so really, there's no need for that. I don't know what the referee's telling him. But yes, he is. The book has come out, and quite rightly so. That was a cynical foul, and Kettering with in the form of Fanodge on the far right-hand side have got the free kick. It's probably about 20-25 yards outside the 18-yard box.
I did think there, if he didn't get booked, no one's going to get booked all game. That was a definite one. Anyway, it's a free kick on the far side, and it's Fanodge. Can he capitalise on this? Lawler goes into the book. Kettering fans trying to encourage the side who are in the stand behind the goal on our left-hand side. Fair distance out, though. Not a lot of height for Kettering, as I keep saying, but plays a small ball through here to Stanley. Puts the ball in. It looks like it was off the line. Not quite. It's a goal kick. Kettering fans saying, Kettering players saying it should be a corner, but the referee having none of it. And Fifield was apoplectic there, wasn't he? Thinking
it was. Yeah, Kettering players not very happy about that at all, but the referee's assistant decided that he put his flag for a goal kick there pretty early on. So he probably he doesn't come from Boston. Maybe he does, but nevertheless, he knows how to use his flag. So that ball is played up there, headed forward. Cisse can't get the ball. It's played out to Fanodge, who's doing very well in midfield here. Plays it out to Bittermo. Early ball. It's not going to get that, and intercepted well. Fifield just can't retain the ball. Lovely pressure from Furtado, who plays it out to Roberts in his own half. He leave that to go out for a Spalding throw underneath us. We are in the 42nd minute of normal time. The throw-in comes in to Roberts underneath us. It's played forward, intercepted by Furtado. Lost again. Great tackle by Bittermo. Bittermo gets the ball. He's fouled. Referee Ben Hart caught him. Anytime Kettering seem to get a bit of momentum, they just step in and just halt that attack.
That's how they do it in the penalty area then.
Well, that's as well, it's a bit of pressure. You never know.
You don't. We take it quickly. Fanodge gets the ball on the far side to Rowe. Rowe play out wide to Stanley. Stanley with his trickery, trying to get by. He does it easily there. Stanley, can he get the ball over? He can. It's hit over, though. It's going to go easily out to Moore. Comes in and almost an own goal. It came off Hart, actually. And goalkeeper dives in his 6-yard box and gleefully accepts that one. That could have been a freak own goal, but nearest Kettering have come, I suppose, really, to getting back on level terms. Not a lot on target. As Wilkes sends it long, goes over everybody. Rowe allows that to go over everybody, and it's a Kettering throw on the far side into the 44th minute. There will be some added time, obviously. Injury to Hart and Fifield collision took up 2 or 3 minutes at least. That's a throw in on the far side for Kettering taken. It is to Williams. It's cleared easily. And now squares it to Forsyth. Forsyth now coming forward, plays it out wide to Coyle. Coyle into Vertaggio. Vertaggio under pressure, has to play the ball back to Forsyth. Forsyth in turn, under pressure from Cebulski, plays it back to Alexander. He knees it down to himself, gets the ball out wide, and away goes Bittermo on that far side. It's back to him, squares it to the keeper. And they're into the 45th minute. Forsyth to Bittermo to Andau. Andau out wide to Rowe, back to Andau. That's a dangerous ball to Fanodge, but they get away with it. And then a little flick on to Coyle, who does well keeping that in. Kettering, the cause and architects probably then have their own problems. But Fanodge gets it back to Forsyth. To Vertaggio. Vertaggio gets a knee on it, unfortunately, and good work there by Williams, but then loses the ball. And this time it's a foul to Spalding, right on the halfway line. And Moore goes down. Free kick. Yeah. And not seen a board go up yet. As they're into the first minute of time added on. We haven't seen a board, so we don't know how long is going to be played. Ball on the far side with Spalding. Still with the ball, having to play the ball back to Moore in his own half. He comes forward now. He's got Hart on the right-hand side. He uses Hart. Hart's got Roberts in front of him. Doesn't use him. He uses Bendel. Little flick on there. Cleared by Coyle. It rebounds off Coyle and goes back to the keeper. He bowls the ball back out to Coyle. He's coming forward. We still have got no indication of how long to go. And Roberts blocks Coyle's attempted clearance. Goes out for a throw-in. And the referee's looking at his watch.
We're in a bit of an elevated position here. We can't see down into the dugouts or see the.
We have a stadium announcer. They should announce it.
Well, absolutely. That's the role. See how we get on. Thanks to Lee Mighton, by the way, and for Gareth for the comments on the clear commentary. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. It's we're here to serve.
Well, so Bilski's picked up a loose ball here, sends it out wide, and Kettering are going to get away with it, I think. But very sloppy. That could have been a disaster, to paraphrase somebody on TV. The ball is flipped away. Bendel flicks it over for Tajo. Squared back to Hart. Hart continuing going forward. This right-hand side. Hart out wide to Roberts. Roberts comes inside. Still Roberts. Plays it through to Hart. He's not run forward, though, and Forsyth shepherds that one out to go for a goal kick and goes down on a challenge. And he's all right, though. Gets the ball back to Alexander into the 47th minute. Lee McDonald's come out here. Ball is with Fifield. Fifield gets the ball through to Stanley. He can't control that, though, and a foul, definite foul there. But he's blown for the half, and he gave 3 minutes, 2 minutes, in fact, there of time added on. A lot longer than that, the players were down injured. But half-time here at the Sir Halley Stewart Field, it's Spalding United 1, Kettering Town 0. That goal scored by Captain Liam Moore on 9 minutes, and it's the hosts that take the advantage. Join Doug and myself for the second half in around 15 minutes' time. Well, welcome back to the Sir Halley Stewart Field Stadium here in Spalding, deepest Lincolnshire. And if you just joined us, it's Spalding United 1, Kettering Town 0. The all-important goal scored by the hosts on around 9 minutes from Liam Moore, virtually a free header at the back post. And it was casting our minds back to Latimer Park when we conceded 3 goals in 8 minutes, hoping that wasn't going to happen. It didn't. Kettering have had their chances. Very few limited chances, I hasten to add, but haven't had the ability up front to steer the ball into the net. And it looks like there's no changes at the moment for the Poppies. Spalding not out yet. They're just doing a warm-up. Subs are Flynn, York, Monga, Oppong and Powell. And, of course, with Oppong and Powell, very similar to Vertaggio, Fifield and Stanley. Referee is out. Matthew Friend. I wonder if in relation to Keith Friend.
Who knows? Looks quite young, actually.
Looks quite young, yeah. He's only booked one player, Dan Lawler. There's Wes York going into the box. There's some of the Kettering officials walking up the steps here in the main stand. If you've not been, it's smallest stand we're seated in. There's a small stand opposite and two terrace stands behind the goals all the way down. And it's changed from last season, so it's all fenced off again now as well. A new pitch costing over £1 million, I believe. And this is a reverse fixture. This should have been our fixture at home originally, but we reversed it because the original game wasn't ready in time. The pitch as Spalding come out, led by Ben Hart. He's not the captain. Liam Moore is the goal scorer. But Connor Johnson isn't in the side this evening. He apparently hasn't played the last couple of games due to an injury, by all accounts. So we have got Ben Hart and Lewis White playing. And Lamine Sheriff, who also is on the books here, he's on loan or a duel at our neighbours down the road. Have had the incident in the crowd recently. I won't bring that up. And of course, James Clifton, he's on loan from Spalding, so he can't feature for Kettering on loan and hasn't been recalled, obviously, by Spalding because he can't for 28 days. I'm not sure how long his loan period is. If it is for a month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm not sure.
Not sure.
But it is Spalding to kick off from right to left. Haven't got an attendance yet. It's Bendel over the ball. Looks a bit like Will Glennon, actually. He's, if you are listening, Will, hope you are recovering from your fever. And we're back underway. It's sent long and goes straight through to Alexander, who comes out, gets the ball on the far side to Forsyth. It's hooked forward for Williams to chase, but that'll go out of play for a throw on the far side. While it's only 1-0, anything can happen. As we know, we've seen before, usually when Kettering plays Stamford and they score a goal in the 97th minute. I take that today. But it's 1-0 on the far side. It's Ben Hart with the throw-in. Not been taking it. It has now. Hart gets the ball to Silbulski, who heads the ball forward, but only towards Forsyth. He plays it back to Alexander. He's right on the edge of his area. Rolls the ball into the D. Sends it out wide for Vertaggio. He won't win the header. And puts the ball out wide to Stanley, then is tripped, but it goes out for the Spalding throw-in. Listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. And the ball is back in play with Olapade. It's a Kettering throw-in this time. Come off Olapade, who's getting himself up off the floor, having fallen down. It's Rowe with the throw-in. Hasn't taken it yet. Pinching a few yards near the halfway line, right in front of Liam McDonald. Throws the ball back to Andow. and plays the ball back to the keeper, Alexander, who takes one touch, plays it out wide to Forsyth on the far side with his heavily strapped wrist. Out wide to Coyle, but intercepted. And catching at the ball back through Fifield. Fifield's breaking away, gets the ball to Williams. Williams back to Fifield. It's going to go away for a corner. Good work there by Kettering, in particular Fifield. Taken very, very quickly. Nobody in the area, though. I don't know why it's taken that quickly. So it's back with Fifield. Everyone's in there now. In comes the ball. It's headed out. Forsyth hits it. Miscue again by Forsyth. Almost hits the corner flag on the other side. The balls keep falling to Forsyth. That's 3 times in 2 games. And he's not a natural finisher, to say the least.
No, I don't think so. I think he's living up to his defensive strengths by clearing that ball. Unfortunately, that was for Spalding, but it just shows if we had a striker, there are some opportunities to be had in this game. But nevertheless, they're still coming, and we're only third minute of the second half now, in the 48th minute. So still plenty to play for.
Thank you for that, tea, Doug. Very, very nice and warm on this cool evening.
Yeah, we thought we'd get you a nice brand of at least Darjeeling. Very dark.
It is very dark, isn't it?
Dark.
Plenty of cream on the top.
Plenty cream on the top, absolutely.
As Rowe gets the ball to Thanos, back to Rowe. Rowe back to Thanos, flicks it forward towards Williams. He won't win that. He doesn't. Stanley can't either. But well won by Cisse. Back with Lawler. Plays it to Moore. Moore switches it on the far side, but nobody's there. And Coyle will have to play this one back if he does. He's having to turn. Bit of dancing there between Zabulski and Forsyth as Kettering press forward. Vatajo gets the ball to Thanoj. Thanoj out wide to Stanley. Back to Thanoj. Plays it into... well, Fifield went down as if he was fouled. He wasn't. And away goes Sani. Still Sani out wide. Is Roberts, puts the ball in straight into the arms of the keeper, who bowls that ball out to Stanley. And good flow movement from Spalding, but Kettering come away with the ball with Stanley. Stanley is being almost fouled by Olopade, and his only intention was to foul there all the way. He did eventually. And it's in the centre circle, in the half circle in the Spalding half, as Andau gets the ball to Bittermo. Plays it to Fataja. Fataja weaving his way through. Plays it to Thanoj. Out wide to Bittermo. He flicks it through to Rowe. He loses the ball, though, to throw in, though, to Kettering, keeping the pressure on the Kettering fans behind that goal. Quite a few of them. And always get good support, Kettering, home or away. Not many clubs can say that, as Stanley's doing well down the side. There, puts the ball through. A chance here. It's well tackled and a good clearance from Spalding. If Kettering could have got a shot off there, that could have been the equaliser. Very good defensive work from the Tulips. And away they come with Roberts. Go through 1, 2, 3. Body check. And the advantage has been played by the referee. Brings it back. And good refereeing from Matthew Friend. Body check was Roberts. Advantage was no good to Spalding, so he brought the ball back. And it will be a free kick in the Tulips. 5-3-2, so it's probably 130 from Kettering here, I'd have thought, maybe.
I'd have thought, yeah, definitely.
So that's about their average, is 4.81, I think, is Spalding's average, so about covers it. The ball back on this left-hand side, good ball through to Cisse on the byline. Bit of trickery from him, gets it back to Olopade. He puts the ball in towards that back post, headed on by Coyle. Doesn't get the clearance, though. Shot comes in over by Roberts. No threat whatsoever, but the intent was there, Doug.
Yeah, indeed. So it's we're almost in danger of a game breaking out here now. So the second half has certainly got off to a good start. And whilst we're just waiting for the ball to come back from the other side. Good morning to June Whitehouse, all the way from Australia. Well done.
Good day.
Good day, mate. Good day. Doing well. And Worthing Poppy as well. I put in some comments in there as well for the last time. I remember playing Rawnstown back in the day. So There we all play for. Ball's played out to the far side. Fifield's on it. He brings it down beautifully. He's into the 18-yard box. Can he get a shot away? He's in. He's going to cross it. He falls over, but couldn't get the ball across his block. Thanodge picks it up. Back to Fifield, right out the far side. Is he going to tee? He's going to go over the byline. He's got two in front of him. He's got to be careful. There's no support anywhere with him. He gets the ball clipped over. White is underneath that and heads that out quite easily. Sobolski's got the ball. He's going to try and shield that. Ball's played out to the right side to Cisse here. Spalding trying to come over the halfway line. They're marauding forward now at the moment. It's 2 against 3. Cisse's going all the way back into the 18-yard box. He gets the ball across, but well picked out and blocked by Levi Ando there. He did well to get back, and it's a corner to Spalding. But meantime, we've got a catching down player down, Paul.
Yeah, it's Rowe. He's gone down. Not sure what's happened to him, but end-to-end stuff there. If only Kettering could finish, they probably would be in this game. But Fifield creating a bit of trouble down that side, but from one end to the other, and a good interception by Andown, putting that out for a corner as a cross to the back post could have been fatal for Kettering, with Sobolski ready to pounce on anything that was, well, pounceable, to be honest. So into the 8th minute of this second half, corner on the left-hand side. Rowe is up, didn't really receive any treatment, but ball comes in out to Alexander, catches easy, and food and drink for him, gets the ball away to Fataggio, and ball comes into our stand, always takes out Ken Samuel, who's on our right-hand side. And right grin from Ken. Sue ducked to make sure he got it in the face. So, but ball with Andown, squares it to Forsyth on the far side. He plays it out wide to Coyle. Coyle sends a long ball through to Williams. Williams shields it. Can he keep it in? He has done. Got it back to Fifield. Fifield driving forward. Fifield goes one way, goes with it. Still Fifield with it. Turns, pirouettes, gets the ball out wide. And it's with Coyle back to Fifield. The impetus gone, though, from that initial move as Thanodge presses forward. Williams loses the ball at a vital time, and ball is back with the keeper, Wilkes, who slams it down the centre. And in fact, he slams it out of play. And it remains Spalding 1, Kettering Town 0.
54th minute, 55th minute now as we're in. I think the Liam McDonald's probably going to keep the 11 he's got on the moment, but he's going to have to use the bench, I think, to get some variety here. Ball's played forward, cleared out by White. Only as far as Ando, but he gives it straight to Cisse. Cisse's got 3 players around him. Gets it up to the far side here to Opelade, and well intercepted by Blaine Rowe, who seems to have got over his initial knock. And Tulips have got a throw right underneath us here.
Blaine Rowe's played well again, hasn't he? He's the one constant at the moment for the Poppies. And but it is a throw-in, and it is Tosin Olapade who's taken it towards Cisse. He's cleared by Kettering towards Thanodge. He turns. There's a little flick. Gonna have to get that. He chests it down. He's got 3 round him. Still Thanodge. It's with Williams. Williams back to Thanodge. Thanodge now with a bit of space on this left-hand side. Should be using it over a running Coyle, which he does. Coyle. He's dragged the ball back, though. Puts it in. Pfeiffer puts the ball in. Nobody there, though. And again, a gaping hole. No striker for Kettering to latch on. And Salbulski is brought down by Rowe. Derisory comments from the Kettering fans over there. He went down like a dose of salt. And Blaine wasn't me, ref. But yeah, a little tug there. You think he'd been shot by a sniper.
Well, he's certainly gone down there pretty fast. He's not moved a lot. I mean, it was more of it made contact. It was more of a slap than a punt. There's Sane, who's the number 9 there, is indicating with his left arm. He reckons that's a foul, but the booking's going to come out for Blaine Rowe, I think, there. And yeah, so we have the second yellow card. There's still no medical attention, but they're now coming on now to attend to Sobolski. But certainly a booking for Blaine Rowe. It was unfortunate, but they were just on a bit of a break. Rowe's just blocked Sobolski, who's quite a man mountain, a bit difficult to manage. I'm surprised he reached that far to get a slap, but he did, and he's down at the moment, just receiving some treatment as the rest of the Kettering players go down to the bench. And Nick Green is giving out down there at the moment. He's giving out instructions as the players just trying to get on some liquid at the moment. But they're going to have to change it up, I think, Paul, to be honest.
I do. I mean, I give Ryan Monger a chance up front. He's tall. He's got a goal in that I don't Senior Cup, but he got a goal in there. He's a target man, and Kettering haven't got height up front, and it's beginning to show quite alarmingly at times. Just seen here that Worcester have gone 2-1 ahead against Stourbridge, and the other results: Bury Town 0, Real Bedford 1. So that's the latest one there. The Quorn Harbour game still 0-0. 60 minutes gone there. Sobolski still down. Few cans of Polish lager, he'll be fine. But he's down at the moment, so there will be some obviously time added on at the end.
Indeed.
Attendance 532, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes, pretty good.
But,
I think Callum Woods just mentioned it on the chat here that we need Powell and Opong. Sounds like we're going to need some creators up front. I think we need some finishers up front. That there's no doubt.
It's height really we need. We've got plenty of players that can dribble and put the balls in and get by players. But when the ball comes over, there's no one there to finish it off.
No, you're absolutely right.
It goes over. They're too small.
And
reminded me when I think Graham Carr's manager, we had Riley and Phil Brown up front.
Oh yes.
They were quite diminutive, and we lost out the league to Kidderminster. I think it was. In those days, the next season we signed Alford.
Well, there you go.
Season too late.
I learnt the lessons there, but I tell you who's having a really good game is Fifield. Fifield's been very effervescent down the sides, got 2 or 3 really good crosses in, and as Paul's already mentioned, if we had somebody in the middle there that could finish, then I think it could be a different scoreline. But he's playing very well, and Thanos is also having a great game in the middle of the pitch there, just. Our own sort of Perlo, if you like, just spraying the ball around, keeping the things moving.
The Albanian Prince, we call it.
The Albanian Prince, as Paul's yes, indeed.
And we're with Ben Hart at the moment. They are.
This is it. Sobolski's still down. I don't know what they're doing to him at the moment. It looks like they're just trying to. Maybe he's bleeding. I don't know. It's difficult to tell, but he's still down. He's on the just on the edge of the centre circle. Kettering Town fans getting a bit antsy away to our right, and the Tulips drum to our left. Yes, they have a drum, and not very, rhythmical. I don't think there's any particular musical talent there, but certainly.
Well, it wouldn't come into the John Bonham stakes, would it?
No, definitely not. It's not a Ginger Baker that we're looking at here, I think, for some of our older our listeners. So, but. Hammy says on there, Scotland 1, Denmark 1. So penalties to Denmark. Yeah, Denmark have equalised, and Wales are 4-1 up. So come on, Scotland. That's all I'd say.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Well, we're still waiting for play to resume. Sobolski's still getting treatment. That's got to be around 4 minutes or so.
I wonder, did he serve breakfast in the clubhouse here? Breakfast, because we could be here. We could be here for quite a long time until we get him organised.
Well, yeah, it's getting that way, isn't it? We've got some money for the meter for the lights.
Well, this is it.
I mean, if it's that bad, they should cart him off. I mean, he's sat up. There's nothing. He's not out cold, and referee going over to totally ignore him. They're still looking at him, so. Looks like he's something to do with his head, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be a nose injury. It could be difficult to tell really, but certainly taking the time as they should do. But he's not moved, and we've got a couple of balls now on the pitch. The players just knocking it around between themselves just to try and keep warm on this fairly cold but crisp night in deepest Lincolnshire. No movement on the bench at all from either side, but. It's been good, and the pitch has played well. To be fair, it's
well, you'd hope so. £1 million on it, you'd expect it to be a decent one. I mean, we have seen some poor 3G pitches.
Gosh, absolutely, Paul. We have on our travels.
I mean,
definitely.
By the time the season's over, we'll have had on 10 3G pitches this season.
Wow.
So, or hybrid, because Wooters was a hybrid pitch, wasn't it?
Yes,
but it certainly is a very good one. You can't deny that.
Yeah, it plays well.
If you can't play on this, you can't play. Compare that to the Quorn one, which is probably the worst.
Yes.
But well, still he's been receiving treatment, and if they get into the realms of when Ed and I were at Darlington, we had to talk for 45 minutes as the lights went out.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, of
sheer.
Bet the listeners were enthralled with that rubbish we're coming out with. But yes, all those many moons ago, Friday night in Darlington, 45-minute delay for the lights.
Wow.
And we drew 2-2.
Well, there's some merit in there. We might still end up with that. You never know. You never know.
He's down again. No, he's up.
No, he's up. He's up.
Getting a round of applause from the fans in front of us. He's holding his nose. I can't see if he's got a plaster on it.
He looks bloody, doesn't he?
He does. He looks a little bit uncertain of who he is. But they're not making a change yet. But at least he's okay, which is good. So temporarily Spalding down to 10. It will be a free kick to Spalding. Moore are being told to go back to the correct position. And it's waiting to get back underway. It was about 5 minutes or so that took, if not longer. Referee probably had 2 on like he did in the first half. And we're back underway. The whistle goes. So Liam Moore, the captain, over the ball, right on the edge of the centre circle, centred out wide. Good header there from Cisse. And back to Cisse again. Lawler passed it to him. Cisse and Fattaj having a battle down there. Vision is obscured by a cameraman, but it is pumped away to Moore, who chests it down to Bendel. Bendel back to Lewis White. Lewis White seems strange seeing him in blue. Puts the ball back, puts Wilson a little bit of pressure, but he deals with it well. And Rowe gets the ball to Fifield. Fifield flicks it through optimistically, but doesn't reach Williams. It does reach Stanley on the other side, but he falls down, wins the ball back, does well. So he's a tricky customer, isn't he? And he's still with the ball. Weaves one way. Weaves been about 4 players, still standing with it. Hit it. And he gets the ball to Fifield, puts the ball in, and high, wide, and handsome, knocks a squirrel out of a tree. But lovely work from Connor Stanley.
He's a tricky winger when he gets the ball and he's coming at you. He went round 1, went round 2, nutmegged the 3rd. Was under pressure there as he crossed the 18-yard box and passed it over to Fifield. He trapped it with his left and took another shot with his right. And that ended up in the car park there. But some good opportunities. Just waiting for Cebulski to come back on, I think, if he is indeed.
Well, Quorn losing 1-0 out of Harbour. Harbour have gone ahead in that game.
Okay.
So unbeaten in the league. They've only lost 1 game all season so far, in all competitions.
Yes.
And they have gone ahead against Quorn. Banbury 2 up against Bromsgrove. St Ives 1 up at Sudbury as Patagio wins the ball. Loses it to Cisse, though. It's out to White to Coyle. He has a heavy touch. Gets it to Thanodge. Does well, actually, with the 1-2. Coyle back to Stanley on that far side. Stanley. Still Stanley with it. And Thanodge Patagio falls at the vital moment. Thanodge retrieves it. Gets it to Fatagio, who's got up off the floor. Gets it out to Fifield. Fifield. Still Fifield. He won't keep this one in, I don't think. This gone out of play for a goal kick. Kept moving the ball around well. As we said before, it's just the trigger moment, isn't it, that is the problem.
Absolutely, Paul. I think there's some good movement, good endeavour, I would say, now in this second half.
Looks like Bartelski, Bulski is going to be coming back on.
He is going to come back on.
Almost called him Bartelski then, but he's back on.
He's back on.
So they're back to 11 men.
He's got most of the bandage allocation for casualty up his nose, I think, by the look of it here. And he's just checking his nose. Just tries to go for a header there, but that goes all the way back to Alexander. But we'll see how we go. Ando has got the ball just in Ketchum Town's half, covering forward. He'll pump this forward and see if he can try and get Pitamo into the game. He's got no chance. Comes to Fifield. Fifield, edge of the box. Is he going to have a shot? Try and take it a bit further. Got 3 in front of him. He shoots. Bit selfish there, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. And but that one is also heading for the same car in the same car park, and just avoided the squirrel earlier. But nevertheless, again, some good positive play from Catherine. It's going to take something to unlock this Spalding defence, who have been resolute and resilient in this in the both first and second half, actually. But Spalding haven't been too much on the front foot in the last 15 minutes or so. Oh, and we got a substitution. Substitution happening now down at the bottom here, and it's a substitution. So substitution there for Spalding. Dan Lawler, who was booked, has come off. And number 14 there, which is Curtis Thompson, has replaced him.
Just looking through some paperwork there, that if Spalding should win tonight, it'll be the first time in their history they'll have done the double over Catherine.
Wow.
That was 1931 too, I think.
Well, there's a stat for
Not
you.
that we've played them all that amount of times, but certainly is a stat they'll achieve. But there's still plenty of time for Catherine to equalise. The ball is almost, it's a foul.
It's a foul.
And brought the ball back. And is it a Catherine foul? White is being spoken to. Can't see
which way he's given that. I
given
don't
to
think anybody
Spalding,
knows
so,
who he's given it. Is it a Catherine? It's got
no,
to be
it's the Spalding.
No, Spalding one. Sanoj is just remonstrating with Mr. Friend. I think he's going to give a drop ball here. I don't know quite what's. Maybe it hit him. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell, but it's a drop ball anyway to Spalding. Just want to get on with the game now, I think. He's telling Kai Williams to get back. He's going to drop the ball for more. And we're off again. Ball's played out to the far side here. That's handball from Tise. Spalding just wasting a little bit more time. He's pushing the ball back. Ando picks the ball up just inside his own half. He'll pump this forward again, which he will do, trying to find Pichardo, but he'll never get ahead of past White. Ball trail. Cisse picks the ball up in midfield. It comes out to Sane. Sane's coming down. He's policed by Rowe. There's 2 or 3 players there. Lovely back heel. Still going. Plays off Cisse, but Spalding can't get that ball. It goes out for a Kettering throw. Deep into their own half here. Got to try and get up the field if they can. We're into the 70th minute. Ball's going to come forward now. Just waiting for Rowe to throw that long. That's what he does. Trying to find Kai Williams. He'll never get that far. Sane picks the ball up, plays it inside to Thompson, who's just come on. And Jack Roberts gets the ball. He's tussled with Coyne. And yeah, Coyne gets the ball. Let's run out. Referee is given out, and it's a goal kick on 70. That's on the 70th minute with a bit to play.
Alexander then gets the ball to Forsyth. He finds Sanoj, flicks it out to Taggio, squares it to Bittermo, plays it out wide to Rowe. Rowe finds Fifield. Fifield slips and gives the ball away. Has a habit of slipping down, does Kai. Throws the ball back in disgust at doing so, giving Spalding a throwing. Kettering haven't made any changes as of yet. And all the players, 4 of the players are all attacking options. But it is Sani gets the ball back to Lewis White. He sends it long towards Bulski, but it goes over him and Andow. Forsyth mops up, goes centrally, gets it to Stanley in the centre. Stanley this time overruns it and loses the ball. Bendel gets it back to Olapade. He finds Cisse, back to Olapade. And Lewis White puts the ball out of play as a Kettering player down in the
Connor Stanley, I think.
Connor Stanley has gone down. Referee ushering on Michael Hunter. And it might energise Liam McDonald to making a change. I'm in a quick word with Preston and Bittermo.
It's a bit bitty now, isn't it? Literally, it's a bit stop-start now, Paul, isn't it? Really, with this.
Since the Cybulski injury, it seemed the game's lost its ebb and flow, hasn't it?
Yeah.
As you say, it's become very fragmented. And now with Stanley going down, all the players just in the centre circle, basically. And been lacking an atmosphere throughout the game, though. Not a ground where you could say rocking.
No, not certainly not tonight anyway. But Nick Green having a very in-depth discussion with Blaine Rowe down here just under us, whilst we just wait for Connor Stanley to hopefully get back on his feet. But meantime, Aaron on the chat is just telling us that he wants a decent striker for Christmas. I think we all that'll be a lovely thing for all of us. I think that. No subs at the moment, just from Aaron as well. And Wales are up 5-1.
I think we had 3 strikers at the beginning of the season, 3 clash strikers, and
absolutely
we haven't got one now.
We haven't.
And see, Lobjolt is leaving Bedford again, isn't he? So that's interesting. We have Loza in prison. Surprised he's not out after doing 3 weeks. They normally are these days.
Right. Well, there we go. Sub.
So Oppong is replacing Stanley, who's coming off with that injury. Eddie Oppong there scored a couple of ballistic goals this season, and it's like for like, really. So the substitution coming on. Munger is replacing Williams. We did say at half time that would be our first change, Munger for Williams. It does give Kettering that height, and wrong. The announcer's got it wrong. It's not Munger. Ignore that statement, I said. And Callum Powell, another tall one, coming on to replace.
They couldn't be different at all, I would say.
So Callum Powell going to take this throw in. When we played the FA Cup game against Spalding a few seasons ago, Callum Powell was sensational at Latimer Park, and it really highlighted his move to Southend United. He also scored the 901st goal for the Poppies in the FA Cup.
Wow.
And ball sent long. Rowe gets the ball back to Forsyth, who shaves it out for a throw in. So Munger didn't come on.
No, he didn't.
The announcer, we're right behind the dugout, so we can't really see too much of what decisions the dugouts are making. It's not an excuse, but it's true. Throw in.
It'd be nice, Paul, if we could just get 2 passes strung together by either side. I think at this stage, it's all hit.
Well, preferably from Kettering, obviously, but yes, yes, you're right. It's very, very scrappy. As Liam Moore's going to win this header, he does, and Bittermo slams the ball onto Cisse, but it comes off. Powell goes for a throw-in, and Olapay going to take this 8 yards or so from the halfway line nearest to us. It's flicked through to Spalding to Cisse through. Cisse here, the chance. Great save from Alexander with his trailing leg, and then Moore couldn't capitalise, but a great save from the custodian. Cisse should have done better. 2-0 would have put the game to bed, I think. But Kettering still in it while they can. While they are 1 down, they can still in it. The ball comes in again. Zybulski gets the header on, and it's cleared by Andau. Fifield can't win that one. But that was the only bit of excitement in the second half so far, as Kettering win the ball and lose it straight away. And it's going to be a free kick on the far side to Spalding. They seem to be getting the rub of the green at the moment. I say green because it is a bit like a bowling green out there, isn't it? Yeah,
it certainly is. It's flat, but and that was a great save from Alexander again. It was literally one-on-one with Cisse as he was coming towards the.
He tried to place it, didn't he? I think if he lifted it a bit, and Alexander would have been forced to pull off a diving save, but he got a trailing leg out there and got the ball away, and the follow-up wasn't highlighted by Spalding, and Kettering got away with it. But it is a free kick on the far side, We're into the 32nd minute of this second half, still 1-0 to Spalding. Ball comes in, Spalding gets ahead to it, must be a goal here. It is. And Roberts clears up at the back post, 2-0. And you can see it all the way. It was going to happen. Roberts gets it in. That should seal the game. It was always going to be difficult at 1-0, but at 2-0, I would say that is going to be it for the Poppies. And it was quite easy in the end.
It was indeed. Balls played across. Lewis White got up in the penalty box, headed it over to the far right-hand side, and the oncoming Roberts just had an empty net to head it into. So 2-0. 2-0 it is to the Tulips.
Well, Roberts was the orchestrator of the defeat at Latimer Park, has put another nail in the coffin here at the Sir Halley Stewart field, and it was a good finish. Ball looked like it was going out of play, but he got a head onto it and steered it by, and Kettle find themselves 2-0 down. If the task was hard at 1-0, it's going to be even harder at 2-0. But strange things have happened. But giving the ball away isn't going to help the cause. The ball is put forward to Sobulski, plays it out wide, intercepted by Forsyth, and it's back to Forsyth. And in the centre to Fataggio. Fataggio's got Powell. Going to use him on this right-hand side. Not going to reach Powell, though. It's a poor ball, and Olapay does well to stop it arriving at Powell. It's down in the corner and gone out for a goal kick. Good defending by Spalding, and resulting in a goal kick. So it's pretty obvious what Kettering need in their side, and we've said it for a little while, haven't we? And they can move the ball around well. They can put in some good moves, but the finishing is letting Kettering down as Blaine siles that one out for a throw-in. Kettering got to keep the composure. Don't let it upset them too much. If they can help it, keep fighting, keep going. You never know what can happen in this game. Wales winning 5-1, for instance. Who'd have thought that? So anything can happen in football. Unfortunately, things not going well in Lincolnshire for Kettering. Throw-in hasn't been taken. Olapay has now. It's flicked on towards Fifield. Finds Fataggio, but it's given the ball away. It's cleared by Olapay. It's a long ball. Ando underneath it. Missed his header. And had to do a bit of dancing. Gets the ball back to Alexander. Alexander, one touch. Gets it to Forsyth rather cheekily. And then gives the ball away, though, does Forsyth. There's a chance here for Cisse this time. Can they make up for it? A chance. Cybulski turns. Cleared by Kettering. If Cybulski could have turned, he probably would have strike on target. That may have well gone in. But Kettering clear the ball desperately there, get a throw-in out of it. In fact, it came off a Spalding player. It remains at 2-0. Livening up a bit now, Doug.
It is indeed, and certainly the Spalding get a bit between the teeth, literally, as the ball comes out to Powell. It's his first real touch the ball. He comes inside. He's past one. He's past two. A lovely flick down the outside ball here to Rowe, trying to get Furtado in. I think that'll go out for a throw. It's unfortunate it'll be a Spalding throw deep into their own half. Spalding going to take their time with this one. Just waiting now to see if we get the ball back on the pitch again.
The attendance of 532 here is the lowest ever attendance against Kettering by Spalding.
Wow.
As the ball is flicked through to Cybulski, does well, but in doing so gives the ball away to Opong. He plays it out wide to Coyle. Coyle back to Forsyth. Forsyth into Bittermo, back to Forsyth. Forsyth out wide to Coyle. Lovely one to, and a foul there, nothing given. He has seen it stop the progression of Coyle there. I would have had a little word if I was the referee there, because it was a forward movement that was halted by a pullback. Free kick anyway. Coyle takes it, but headed out easily by Moore. And Kettering win the ball back, though, on that far side. Bit of a tangle, then Kettering foul. And It will be a free kick on the far side. 37 minutes of this second half gone. And it's Spalding United 2, Kettering Town 0. List of Poppies TV audio with myself, Paul Cook, and head of media, Doug Brown, bringing you this commentary this evening in on the clement weather, I suppose. It's not bitter like they said it was going to be.
No, absolutely. We don't need huskies or tying tennis rackets to our feet at this point.
Ball on the far side to Opong, finds Coyle, switches it to Powell. Powell now is going to run at the defence. Nobody with him, though. He's got 3 round him, does a double shuffle, puts the ball in, cannons off a defender for a throw-in. And it will be a throw into the Poppies. Can they claw something back, at least get a goal to break that deadlock? 11 home goals and 11 away goals at the moment. This is the 8th away game for the Poppies. Ball comes in, back header on, and goes out for a corner. So Coyle going over this time to take this corner. If Kettering could get something here, that would put a cat among the pigeons and make it an interesting finale. But they've got to get one in, get something on target, which they haven't done all game, really. And still struggling with the ball there is Opong. Puts the ball in another corner. It's down again. Well, the Kettering fans egging them on behind there. Good travelling bunch from Kettering here in Lincolnshire. Tuesday night comes in here, headed out there, and it's cleared easily. And there's a chance here for Roberts. Roberts breaks away. He's on his own. He's got 3 Kettering players around him. It looks like it's a lovely ball here to Sani, but he takes his time. Kettering back in numbers, and Kettering at the ball away, but only towards Cisse. Cisse might try a long ranger. He does. It's a deflection. That goes out for a throw-in down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. But Roberts at one point looked like it was going to be that Quorn moment again, didn't it? With Roberts breaking away this time.
Absolutely. Great opportunity there, but Spalding came back there. Roberts was literally on his own. He didn't have the legs to get past. The last 2 Kettering defenders played a lovely slide ball into Sani, who just couldn't get it onto his right-hand foot. And we're looking like to see if there's any changes here at the moment. The referee's hanging on. That might be another sub. It is indeed. Kettering Town are going to make out the another sub. So Ryan Monga. 2 actually. So Furtado's coming off, Monga is coming on, and Wes York. So York and Monga on, Furtado, and I can't see the other person on that's going to go off. I don't think anybody else can at the moment, and it's 17. So I can't see who's come on for York. It's a bit hard to see the side of the pitch here, but York is on, Monga is on, Furtado is off, and apart from that, I can't tell you who the other person is.
Throw in about to be taken then. Comes in, cleared by Thanodge. But Cisse wins the ball back, puts it in there. Out comes Alexander. And it will be a rollout to Thanodge. To Andow, plays it forward towards Monga, gets his first shot, chests it down, falls down in the process, goes out for a Spalding throw-in. So frame minute taken. Sani over his head. This going to arrive at Coyle. Heads it in towards Monga, but it's beaten. York gets his first touch, gets it towards Powell. Powell towards York. York finding the 1-2. It's hit heavy, and there's Lewis White. He marshals off York and goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. A bit of wrestling between the 2 former players there.
I'm just looking at the scores here coming on the chat. I haven't got my phone open here, but Stephen Oliver says Wales 7, 7-1 up, and Scotland and Denmark are 2-2, which Scotland have to win. So all to play for still there as well. Van Odge up for the header, comes to Pitimo. Pitimo tries to play it forward. There's a bit of a late challenge there, but referee's going to let that go. Bit of a throw in underneath this, which Blaine Rowe will pick up just outside the home dugout. Everything pretty static. He could put Powell in if he gets a chance. Going to go for a long one down the line. Try and get Mungo on there. So Mungo has the ball right in the corner flag. But dispossessed. Ball goes forward to Potowski, but he doesn't get it well. It's played out to Powell. Powell immediately gives it away. And Alfie Bendel just picks up the ball just in the middle of the Spalding half. Sprays the ball across here, but Rowe does well to intercept, but that's going to go out for a Spalding throw. Firefield went off, thank you. Paul's just confirmed that. So Firefield's went on as off as York has come on. Ball's played up. Headed forward here. Forsyth's underneath this. He'll clear that agriculturally down the field here, which White has to chase. He'll head it back to Wilkes, which he does. Easily picked out by the Spalding keeper in green.
So into the 44th minute of this game. Be a bit of injury time, but it's looks like defeat on the road for the Poppies. Goal in each half. And Kettering still battling away here with Monga, but beaten to it by Cisse out there on the right. Roberts puts the ball in here. It goes over everybody, and that goes out for a goal kick. But I think about our man of the match, Doug, really.
Well, it's interesting, Paul, isn't it?
Blaine Rowe, I think, is probably in with a shout.
Yes, I think so. He's had a great game. Spalding, meanwhile, taking a substitution. So Josh McCammon coming on for them, and Sane, the big number 9, making way. In the last minute
So
of
into the final
time, I suppose that is now.
Yeah, into the final minute of this game. Of Alexander's about to take this goal kick, and barring a miracle from the Poppies, I would think it's going to end in defeat. And if it does, that'll be the first time in Spalding's history that they've done the double over the Poppies. And the foul there, pushing the back on.
Didn't like that. There's a bit of a kick in the back there. Accidental, I would say, but Forsyth is down in some pain.
I mean, more time added on here, but man of the match for us, then, you think?
That's an interesting one. I think that's a good call from Rowe. Had a great, has been really solid at the back. He's had a good game. I think Fanodge again in midfield's had a good one, and Fifield when he was on would played well, but just nobody on the ball coming across. So probably going to be Rowe, I think.
Yeah, we can give it to Rowe, and nothing happening too much at the moment. As I say, he's holding his back, and the board is coming up. Oh no, it's a substitution board. They have got a board then. That's
a board. No, I was going to say, I think he's.
And the announcer's blowing up. He's gone.
Hey.
7 minutes of added time, and we're still we still have the player down. The announcer's lost the plot. A bit like our announcer at home games. He always loses the plot.
Yeah, he is here at the game, so I'm sure he could take over if necessary. A bit of a substitution, maybe necessary, but
well, he's off the pitch. His the side looks all right. He'll want to carry on. We're catching down to 10 at the moment, as Alexander's going to take the free kick. Sent it long out towards York, but he won't win the header and doesn't. And away comes Roberts. There's a collision there. Thanodge gets the ball out to York. York to Powell. Powell down this left-hand side. threads it through to Thanoj. Thanoj leaves it for Monga. Monga finds Rowe. Rowe back to Andau. Ando to Thanoj. Back to Andau. He almost lost the ball to himself there. Threads it back to Alexander. So we're back from where we started from. And it's out wide on the far side to Forsyth, who's back on the pitch, obviously. He's got the ball. And Forsyth coming forward. Sends it along, but doesn't give Oppong any chance whatsoever. That goes out as Spalding throw in. So we're 2 minutes into time added on, and we said it was 7. So can Kettering get 2 goals in 5 minutes?
It's always possible. It's always possible. But I think you've got to give credit to Spalding defence, who have been absolutely resolute today. They've been playing very well, and Lewis White's had a great game in the middle of that defence there. But certainly, Kettering have had very few chances this second half. We had 2 or 3, but I can't remember one on target for this half.
Would there be one on target in the first half? It's got to remember, as Powell comes forward, then he's knocked off the ball, and he lays down there in disgust. But and Cisse break it away, gets the ball out to Roberts. Roberts is going to come inside, might try shots on Bulski in there. Roberts comes in, puts the ball in, shoots, hits the bar. That's a cannon there, an intercept missile shot from Roberts, and it comes off there. Stanage is asking the question about Powell, but that was hit with some force.
It was indeed. Clipped the top of the bar there from the edge of the 18-yard box, and Alexander didn't really even see that, I don't think. It was a beautiful, beautiful shot there, and cannoned off the top of the bar. But meanwhile, we're still waiting for the ball to come back, so that's another extra minute. But yeah, I mean, Poppies, it does seem up front. We just haven't had any shots on goal. We got another substitution. This is for Spalding. So Cebulski, who had that nose injury in the second half there, he's gone off and been replaced by Dion Sembi-Ferris, who's come on for the last few minutes of this game. As the ball comes out to Ando, Ando needs to clear this downfield, which he does. Monga's underneath that, but it's headed out for a Kettering throw. Plain Rowe's got the ball. It looks to be a long throw, but there's not many to aim at in the middle here. He's taking his time. Wes York comes short, plays it to Rowe. Just back to York. Has to come inside, which he does to Ando. Ando's got to be careful what he does here. He's under pressure. Good ball across to Forsyth. Forsyth in his own half plays another long ball. See if he can get Eddie Oppong into the game. He gets ahead there, but cleared by White. Headed on by Thompson. Thanoj receives the ball again. Does well to hold on to it. And Forsyth plays it all the way back to Jason Alexander. Plays it out to Leviando, who's going to have to put this forward to see if he can get Wes York in the game. He stops, plays it to Rowe, back to Thanoj. Knocks it forward, but that goes straight out. Really, that just seems to sum up Kettering's game really today. It's been haphazard. Played well in the first half. Had some good opportunities. Fifield did well to get 2 or 3 crosses in, but just no firepower up front. And Forsyth could at least have had two shots on target, if not 2 goals.
Well, yes, it's the wrong person in the wrong position, isn't it? Really, and better finishing could have created a different result, but that's not to be. Food for thought for Liam MacDonald, and the win, a defeat, and a draw in his first 3 games, and played 2 of the top 5 teams in that time. So still a few minutes to go here as Cisse is presented with the chance, but it goes out of play. Good header from someone in the crowd, gets the ball to Alexander.
Good to see the spectators getting involved in the game.
It was a good header, directed well into his arms as Alexander pumps the ball forward towards Monga. He can't win that. Cisse can. Gets a little touch onto it. Kettering can't get the ball, as Thompson does well. Gets it to Olapade. He finds McCammon. And it'll be a free kick to the Poppies as we're into
there must be 2 minutes left,
almost time.
I see
York gets a flick on for Mongo to chase, but there is Moore who'll slam that into the crowd. He does. Last chance for Kettering to try and reduce the deficit if they can.
Scotland are 3-2 up for those who wish to know. Thank you for your kind words, June, away from Australia and from Callum.
Make sure you're watching on Friday. Make sure those England players wake up playing the cricket. June, if you can do something there, please.
Yes, indeed.
Throw-in comes in, a back flick. Up on over his head, and it almost goes to the side of the ground, though, as Powell mops up on that far side. He got 2 round and loses the ball, though. And that goes out for a Spalding throw-in. And that should be really about it, I would think.
It's got to be, I think, now, isn't it? I think we're up, at least on our watches, but it all depends what the referees decided to do. And
well, we'll be back in action on Saturday at the Victoria Ground. Bromsgrove Sporting, and actually need to bounce back from this defeat. Always going to be a tough one, this one. As the ball comes forward towards Powell, it's intercepted there. Monger is almost with it. Can't get the ball though, and it's cleared. But Powell's intercepted. Powell is away on this right, and nobody with him. He's got 3 round him, then he's upended. It's kept in play though by Spalding. No, it's gone for a throw-in down by the corner flag. Kettering's probably a last chance to try and test out Dan Wilkes. It's a very quiet game, really. A couple of catches, and a few clearances, but nothing. Neither keeper had a save to make, really.
No.
Throw-in comes in. It's easily dealt with, though. And back with Rowe. Rowe to Thanodge.
No.
Thanodge, referee, has a cursory glance. Little flick through to Monger. Cleared by Spalding, and Bitterman needs to get something on this. He does, as Roberts was bearing down on him. And Spalding will put their game management into plan here, as wind down that clock as much as they can. Nothing to worry about. They're 2-0 up, and a comprehensive display from them, really.
Yeah, they've been very good. I mean, you can see whether they're going to be up there for the title, certainly, if Harbour don't get it beforehand. But Spalding a very good side.
They'll definitely be in the playoffs, whatever happens. I think Harbour, it's theirs to lose, isn't it? And there goes the final whistle. Spalding United did a double over Kettering. They win tonight here 2-0. Deservedly so as well. And they keep their second place. I think Harbour were winning against Quorn, so it's as you were at the top. But a good display from the Tulips, and Kettering suffer their first defeat under Liam MacDonald. We'll be at Bromsgrove Sporting on Saturday, bringing you a broadcast. So from Doug and myself, good night. Hope you've enjoyed listening, if not the result. And we'll see you on Saturday. Good night.